Inform everyone that property will be second on tonight. Unfortunately, Delali hasn't been able to show up tonight for Short Circuit. And we're also joined by some people from stage left, Auslan interpreters. We've got tonight, oh my goodness, we've got Kiri and Nicole. And so they're going to be interpreting the night for us. Woo. Welcome to the Act 2 of Snatches.
Who goes there?
It's Gretchen.
Come in. I've been suspecting you.
Suspecting?
Oh, I meant expecting. Been a long day. Take a seat.
I have what you asked for, Mr. Klaus. This man Marcus. Moving everywhere.
Think he was looking for something?
Or someone.
Ooh, ominous.
After your meeting with him last week, I managed to tail him all the way down to Scottsburg by the Glades.
Really?
Yes.
What did you do then?
Then I followed him for the rest of the afternoon. He was looking through various apartments and offices, probably looking for somewhere to set up shop. He did make it somewhere close to my house, which was strange.
Not that strange.
What?
Nothing. You said that you were onto him.
Well, see, and this is the bit where it gets a bit iffy. He would leave his house in Redbook every morning, no earlier than 11. Then he'd make his way down to Scottsburg, then back to Redbook, then back to Scottsburg.
That's really close to your place, isn't it?
It is, yes. Are you accusing me of selling you misinformation?
What? No. If you did, it'd be espionage or low self-confidence.
Well, if you're going to be like that, I'll take my pay, and then I'll take my leave.
You'll get your pay when you discover the rationality to these transpirings.
Oh, you've lost me, sir.
A detective must detect the who, the what, and the why. I gave you the what. You gave me the who. I still need a why.
Why?
Because you have debts and I have your pay. Now go.
When I come back with your why, you'd better have my pay.
When? I knew I forgot a W.
Klaus, it's Johnson. Let me
Here
in,
we
I've got
go.
some leads.
Thank God! I was on the bit of my life. Followed. Easy, Scooby. Why don't you just tell me what's going on?
From the moment I took this case, I felt something was amiss.
Is that a pipe?
Yeah, I need something to gesture with.
Fair. So, how was it that you tried to find him? What methods did you use? Did you find him on LinkedIn?
That's right. After our rendezvous last week, I went and searched my quarry, Matthews. I couldn't find his address on Facebook, Instagram, or even LinkedIn, so I had to resort to a much more primitive method.
MySpace?
No, this ancient tome.
Oh, I remember those. We used to use them as papers.
Of course you did. It is paper.
No, I meant that we rolled. Anyway. You said they were on something?
Yes, my target was a creature of habit, having never left the swamp suburb of Scottsburg. So I went down there in search of his base of operations, what I call Operation Shrek.
Nice.
I went down to the swamp to see. I checked. No, I investigated the apartment complexes and business centers in the area to see if I could find his base of operations, but found no sign of him.
So, you got nothing?
Oh, I got something, all right. I went down to the swamp to see if there was something I missed, something just beyond my reach. And then it happened.
What happened?
I saw him one morning as I was coming out earlier than usual. He was at a diner. Seems they didn't have a newspaper for him to hide behind. So I snuck up behind him as he was arguing with the manager, and then watched him as he watched my apartment. Do you know what this means?
Yes.
I am at the center of a conspiracy against my very life!
No.
I don't know your reasoning for sending me after this, Mr. Richards, but you have my eternal gratitude for alerting me to this web of lies that even you didn't know existed.
So, you know he's onto you. What do you do next?
Well, I figured my best course of action was to go about my case and try to keep him at a distance.
But he is your case.
Precisely! So I went back down to Scottsburg, then back to Red Book, and then straight back down to Scottsburg again.
Sounds like you never saw Shrek coming. So, you have no idea why they're after you?
Well, I assume my reputation as a cunning investigator preceded me, and that some nefarious forces mean me harm to keep me off of their trails. As I look down upon these streets, I can't help but be reminded that the people of the city, they need me, Mr. Klaus, to keep an eye on matters and to ask the questions no one dares to answer. There's not a lot that gets by me, no siree. The people of the city need a protector, nay, a guardian. In this town, I am the knight.
That window faces a brick wall.
Oh,
Well, why don't you go and take a crack at some of those unanswered questions you were just talking about? You know, I'm sure you'll be fine. While I just rethink this whole thing.
don't want to hang out for a bit first? Maybe get something delivered? Like,
I get it, because you're a detective. You know, you're a smart detective. I'm sure you can find a place to lay low for the night, yeah? I'm sure there's an Uber for it. I'm sure you'll be fine.
but, why?
That's the one thing no one seems to be able to find.
Excuse me! Ah! You idiot!
I'm sure you're right! Ames. Did you get a break in the case?
Oh, there's a break, alright. You hired a guy to follow me, and you hired me to follow him.
How do you figure that?
I saw him leave your building after our meeting, and watched him try to follow me. We then spent the next week locked in a ferocious cat and mouse game.
Really?
Hell no, I asked him!
Damn, the direct approach. I hope no one would be bold enough for that.
Why would you waste the time and money on this
Quackery?
bullshit?
No, it is quackery. I looked it up myself when I started this.
Started what?
The game. How many detectives do you think I hired?
Well, including me, there's my target Woodrow, and the guy I bumped into on the staircase who ran away screaming, so I'd say 4?
Try 12!
It looks like the basement of a Hillary supporter.
Can you comprehend it? 12 detectives, 6 teams of 2 hunting each other. For me, an inquisitive army at my disposal. My own army of dicks!
So what did you do this for? To send a message or entertain yourself?
I can do anything. I'm eccentric. But I did it to find you.
What
The fuck?
I constructed the gumshoe games to find the best detective in this miserable enigmatic city. The one detective who could answer the universal question, why? The true sleuth to solve the mother of all cases. You are my chosen one. My Nancy Drew, Scooby-Doo and Keanu Reeves rolled into one!
I like the sound of that. So what's the job?
Help me find a place to hide my stash.
Are you fucking serious?
I don't joke about the art of anti-foraging. My wife keeps finding it and it causes mild arguments. I need a way to get through dinners with the in-laws and the morning commute.
Where do I start?
Well, first you have to find where I'm hiding it now. Think of it sort of like a final test of your dick prowess. Oh, you're very good.
Law of Property Act, Section 117. Obligations of leasee. Subject to this Act, the leasee will, without fail, follow the directions specifically reserved at the time mentioned in the lease. Unless otherwise agreed, there is, in every lease of land made after the commencement of this Act, implied the following obligations by the leasee with the lessor.
Obligations of leasee A. That if during the term of the lease, and as often as it occurs, the leasee fails to attend their scheduled nutrient checkpoints and or goes beyond the exteriors of the premises, rent will be reserved, or a proportionate part of the rent according to the nature and extent of the damage sustained. Rebates and all remedies for recovery of the rent or part of the rent are suspended until the leasee makes evident to the lessors that they are fit to remain within the property.
I like the smell of flowers. But it's hard, you know. My nose cannot establish what is synthetic and what is, I guess, pure. It could be said that we are the same. The flowers and I. We both feed. Feed from the source. Does that mean we are the same? I don't know. I don't know much anymore. But I guess that is the way it is intended.
I can move freely within the realms of this property. I have a set routine that I've fallen into. I've been thinking a lot lately. Isn't it strange how dependent we've become on a routine? A map of our movements that we follow. I don't think I know anyone who doesn't abide to, in some form, a routine. It's being dictated by the property. Every day, twice a day, I must sign on for nutrients. I wouldn't exactly call it mealtime. The rest of the day, I am free to roam the property, internally or externally. It is beautiful here. Yes.
Obligations of leasee B. That the leasee is to, at all times during the term of the lease, keep and yield up the leased premises in good and tenantable repair, having regard to the condition at the commencement of the lease. Damage from fire, flood, lightning, storm, and tempest, and from reasonable wear and tear is unaccepted. The ground of the property must be upheld to a sufficient standard, allowing the plants to continue growth and production to provide nutrients for the leasee.
I'm a private person, you see. I enjoy my own company, my company alone. I've almost forgotten that feeling here. seems like a drawn, distant memory. Thought by now I would have developed a certain immunity towards this. I hear people in other properties have adapted much better than I have. But that is just not the case. I like to be on my own. I'm not demanding this even physically, just mentally. Private space.
Back to the routine. To explain it in its most basic format, I have my nutrients fed to me through the permanent cannula inserted into my forearm. I simply hook myself and wait for the bag to empty into me. You become numb to sensation at first. It is so strong, feeling it within, filling and sliding through my veins. I always imagine the fluid mapping me, following the restrictions of my system. Just as I adopt to the rules and restrictions of the property, the nutrients abide to the restrictions of my body. Similarly, I take the same position, transferring my movement to the regulation drawn out by the lesser, giving over my control. I always imagine the solution seeping through me, slow, just like life here.
Obligations of leasing C. In the case of a lease being withheld by the lessor, for any reason, the leasing must comply and immediately leave the property, downsizing and downgrading. Thus, the nutrients and plant checkpoint time quality significantly reducing.
The plants feed like me. It is difficult here to establish reality and concept, the life from the artificial. There is mutual dependence between us when we feed. However, when I share the synthetic flowers with the man-made, the nutrients provided are far more hollow. I feel less satisfied. My energy levels fall low, which alters my movements for the period before the next feed. I don't understand why this is so. I'm still trying to work it out. To be brutally honest with you, I'm still trying to work out a lot of things here.
What's that?
I don't know.
Mustar kutan kolbal sultan pulachar.
You don't want to know.
I'll save you!
Ooh, a gold coin.
Now that that's over and done with, we can carry on with the real mission, transporting me.
Yes, my lord.
Stop!
What is it?
Not more trolls, I hope.
Oh my lord! It's a door! And it's standing in our way! I don't know if you heard, but these fours are hard to slay. If you say so, we would try it, but it could take all day. If you take my advice, I'd seek another way.
What's that you say? A door blocks our way? Youngling, surely you do jest. It's a door, it's inanimate. Surely we can handle that. This decision is not up to you. We're heading on through.
With doors, I excel. Yes, I know them very well. There's no lock I cannot comprehend. Stand clear, never fear that the task is mine is clear, as I step up with the lockpick in my hand.
Well, that was a joke. Did you see how that pick broke? What this needs is the strength we command. Go, fetch the strongest here. We'll break down the door with fear. Yes, we'll teach it to do what we demand.
Just you clear the way. I'm the strongest here today, and I'm the one who'll make this damn door fall. Now I'm lying on the ground. My kicker did rebound. This door shows no respect for me at all. Back upon my feet, determined to compete. Aim my foot and strike out once again. Still it's standing firm, but a lesson it must learn. I'll find a weapon to use against its frame.
Whilst that brute is gone, the roof I'll climb upon. And see if I can find another way. Move the tiles over here, underneath I'll peer. There's more stone, this is not my lucky day.
I found a mace. Ready, race. I'll teach you what happens when you mock. I make a mighty good, yet it hardly makes a show. I could have made this mark with a knock.
Oh my, oh dear, trouble there I fear. Perhaps your mace is broken or does lack. If it doesn't work, though, it makes me smirk. Mayhaps you'd like this crowbar from my pack.
You have such a tool? Why not say, you fool? Such a tool can surely defeat this door. I give it a try, yet it fails in its prime. This tool is surely very poor.
Ah, sure, don't you know that you use it so? Wedge the head right inside this space. But my strength fails me and the crowbar slips free and I end up smacked across the face.
What's all the fuss? My fighter you can cuss. Perhaps this is something I can fix. I have my axe and strong attacks. Now, this door sure can take a lot of licks.
One more plan. Perhaps I can take this crowbar to a window frame instead. Well, no luck. All these windows suck. I give up. We could be here until we're dead.
I'm sure it can be done. Let's go back to number 1. Excuse me. I'll try this lock one more time. Clear the break. My time I'll take. Ting! And of course this time, it opens fine.
I'm returning just to see if they have a need of me, though I truly think this door will have us beat. But look, the door is open wide. Tired rogue by the side, I stride on by with tasks to complete.
Doors are strong foes, as everybody knows.
You have to have great patience to win through. If a door you can't avoid,
You'll end up quite annoyed. Trust me, every word I speak is true.
Use your wit and guile. Trust your strength and smile. Hope that you win before they do.
But if you can get the job completed without becoming too defeated,
They'll
forever tell grand tales about you.
stop!
Not more doors, I hope.
It's a dragon!
Dragon! Everyone for themselves! Get out! Get out!
I haven't fought a dragon in some time! Wait! Where's everyone going?
Chris, we're passing through Melbourne again. That must be 20 times now. That's a record. It's also uncontained. I can smell it from here. Sex, alcohol, vomit, cigarettes, blood. You know what? It reminds me of Cuba. Fuck, Havana was something, wasn't it, Chris? Yeah, I do think about it sometimes when it's like this. When it really does feel like the world is out there. I mean, most times, it's my world. Everything else is just a footnote, a happening, just a faceless body grunting on by. Oh, don't mind me, I'm barely here at all. And you know, it's okay when it's dark. It's okay when the food runs out, when we're over the Pacific with just miles and miles of water. I can just fish out the window and pretend I'm on a boat. But when it's like this, when everyone is just drinking and fucking and fighting and dying, I mean, it's no fun doing those things on my own. But they don't notice me. Like a fucking house grinds past them on the street and they just go on drinking and fucking and fighting and dying. And even if they do notice me, they don't realize that it's them that are moving, not me. Who is it? I can't open the door, it's stuck fast. I can't open the bloody door, you'll have to come around to the window. What do you want?
Hello!
Hi.
Odd place you got here.
What do you want?
Oh, nothing. I was walking down the road, and a fucking house clips me. And I'm thinking, like,
Sorry,
I'm thinking, I've probably really fucking lost it. Maybe someone spiked my drink again. The last time that happened, it wasn't a good night. It was real bad. But, if this is a hallucination, this is fucking awesome hallucination. So, I gotta go knock on the door. But now I'm here, and I'm like, either I've really fucking lost it, or this is real.
You're not crazy.
This is it, isn't it?
Sorry?
The sailing shack, the ambling abode, the disappearing domicile.
I suppose so.
You are famous on the internet. There's a huge Reddit thread dedicated to this house.
Reddit.
You don't have internet?
I mean, it can be difficult getting connected in a moving house.
Okay. Mind if I come in?
No, you can't.
I can.
No, I mean, you physically cannot come in. Nothing living gets in or out.
Good on pizza deliveries, though.
Nothing living.
Why is that?
I don't know. It's just sometimes a bird or two gets in, and the next thing they're dead. No!
Ta-da! Anyway, so what is the story with this house? How does it move?
I mean, when I say move, I mean, like it doesn't move. It never moves. So the Earth spins, right?
Right.
And everything on the Earth spins with it, right?
Right.
For some reason, this house doesn't.
Does that mean I should be like fucking flying or something?
I don't know. I don't really understand the science behind it myself.
Maybe it's not science. Maybe it's magic.
Whatever it is,
Sorry.
whatever it just is, and I don't tend to question it. Like, there's a status quo to this house. to my house and... You know what? Right now you need to leave.
Hey, buddy, come on.
Why?
Why? Okay, buddy, you need to chill the fuck out. Alright? You're not going anywhere. Literally. And I am not going anywhere. Literally. So why don't we just chill the fuck out? Have a couple of beers. When was the last time you had a friend over? Right. All the more reason to fucking party. You got any beer? Nice. Nice. A man after my own heart, I see. Oh, right, so. What's your story?
Nothing. There's nothing.
Come on.
Well, I live in a static house. There's nothing more to it.
Alright. Where are you from?
Here.
In Melbourne.
This house.
No, like, where were you born?
This house.
No shit.
Yeah.
Right, so your parents lived here too?
No, I'm not certain of that.
What do you mean?
I don't think I had parents.
Why? Everyone has parents.
No, I don't think I ever had parents.
Mate. You know how sex works, right?
I remember every single moment. And my first memory, my clearest memory is of me waking up on that bed 5 years old.
How did you get by?
This house gave me everything.
What, like it wiped your ass for you?
I wipe my own ass.
So, okay. You mean to tell me that you've lived here for like 20-something years and you've never gone outside?
I told you, nothing in or out.
But I got in, didn't I? You're missing out. Right. Why? But, okay, look, alright, take tonight, for instance. There's this leather club in St. Kilda. And there's just, start of the night, lubed up, pretty loose, pretty sated. And there's leather bastards everywhere. The whips. Right? The whips were as free-flowing as the booze.
Leather club?
You're missing out, buddy.
And you don't think I know that? No, get out!
Come on, please.
Look, you're presumptuous and you're rude and...
You've trapped yourself in here.
And what do you do?
Sorry.
What do you do every day? You go to work, to a job that you hate, you go home to a house that you hate, you have dinner that you can barely taste, and then you go to your leather clubs, go out for a drink or 10, get lost in booze, because it's the only thing that makes you feel less trapped.
You could be right.
I could be?
Oh, come on. We're the same, aren't we? Two trapped souls sharing a bottle of whiskey.
What do you want?
I see a moving house.
It's not moving.
A moving house, a fucking static house, same thing. Whatever. I see a moving house. I'm not gonna just let it glide on past me. I'm gonna know it. Because, shit like this doesn't happen to guys like me.
What do you mean?
I've been waiting for this house. For you, right? My whole fucking life. I've been waiting for something like this to happen. And it did. It just fucking clicked me on the road. So, of course I had to go and knock on the door.
The Earth's gonna keep spinning, Hisari, and you're gonna have to leave eventually.
So why are you so keen on kicking me out? What are you so afraid of?
Is that what it's like out there? Is everyone just drinking and fucking and fighting and dying and waiting?
You waiting?
Are you going to kill me, Hisari?
No.
kill you, you're already dead.
Perhaps.
Sometimes I think that if the world just burned outside, I'd be the only one left, just watching everything disappear in the flames. And the only thing separating me and the inferno is this house.
You won't know unless you try.
People don't see me.
I did.
Look, one day I woke up in New York and someone slid this through the crack in my window. I didn't see who, but I just kind of stayed. Don't you think it's funny? Tragic? I think it's perfect.
You can't stay static forever. You gotta move.
What are you trying to do?
Look, okay. So, there's this band, right? It's my favorite. It's everyone's favorite band. They're like an aquatic Beatles with more sex and less sideburns. And they play music underwater. And you know what? When I float on the surface during shit, I come. I come so hard that water gets in my mouth and I almost drown. And they say that the world revolves around vibrations, but I think that the world revolves around shit, and that's really the only disagreement that we have.
I don't...
Look, can you imagine it? You can't, right? Like it's almost sick. It's almost insanity. You just think about it, and there's so much, and there's...
Wait, but if they had used electricity at their debut, they would have died.
But, they're still alive and kicking.
Why do you think I still use light switches?
No decoration.
Look, it's a rough-winged sparrow.
Pretty. Aquatic beetles. Why?
I have showers while listening to the Pixies.
Orgasms. Why? It's a 1-month concert.
How do they breathe underwater for 1 month?
They don't need to breathe.
What about food? Pickled skin? Hypothermia?
Why? I'll make it. Beetles. Right?
Oh.
Ah, you're gonna try again, are ya? Never give up. That's the ticket. Good on ya. It's been about what a week since you got the invitation for this anthology, and how far have you gotten? What's that? Another false start? Have you ever thought about what you want to contribute? A story? Or a poem? Maybe even a funny cartoon. Here's an idea. How about you go get yourself a drink? That'll get your ideas flowing. So you have a drink. But what about snacks? You can't write without snacks. Fine choice. Fine choice. But how can you possibly write if you haven't checked on all the news today? Or what are your friends up to? What's happening in the big world out there? So you think that you can resist every temptation and that'll get it done? You don't even know what you want to write. And you think, how are you going to even get past that? A timer? How is that going to help?
Random thoughts spilled.
Mate, you can
Paper to fill.
pretending playing your little games.
Thoughts block away sound until mind runs free.
Mate, you don't even know what
break
you
into
want to
story.
write. You don't even know what you want to do. Like, mate, you
Once
can't
there was
get
a voice in
anything
my
done
head
with
telling me
here.
every time I sat down to create, I could
couldn't
not.
even
I
write
could
your
not.
own name.
I love the way the words flow through my pen. I sit
you're
in my
never gonna
space
get your
and I
work
dream
done. You're
and
never gonna get
dream
your
of
work
new
done.
dreams.
You're never gonna
and
get
endless
your work
possibilities.
done.
The words fade to nothing. And the ideas are free once more. Title of article: Beating My Demons.
How was it?
Pretty sure I ordered al dente. I'm gonna have to request another bowl.
Not how it works, I'm afraid. Last meal's a last meal.
Well, a last breath is a last breath. And a last word is a last word, but I'm still breathing, I'm still talking. And I'm telling you, that pasta wasn't al dente.
Well, lucky for you, I've heard it's the in-flight meal and the trip to hell. Come on, we've got a lot of these to get through today.
Well, I think that says a lot more about society than it does me, but fuck it.
Hey, knock it off with the swearing.
Oh, and what are you gonna do to me?
Just come on.
No, seriously, what could you possibly fucking
Enough!
do to me?
Get in there. Yancey, on 3. Oh, but first, any last words?
Gee, let me think.
You'll never find my treasure!
No, that's shit, isn't it? I found the cure to all diseases.
Yancey, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Yancey!
It's not working, sir.
For God's sake, you don't go anywhere. Yancey, make sure they don't go anywhere.
It's,
What?
nothing.
No, really, what?
It's nice weather outside today.
There are no windows in my cell.
Oh.
I haven't been outside in months.
Well, I mean, it is nice weather outside. I mean,
Oh, well, that's nice.
yeah.
Are you seriously trying to talk to me about the fucking weather? I'm about to die here. Do you get that? This is the last conversation I am ever going to have, and you're trying to talk to me about how it didn't rain earlier.
It's just, it was quiet and... I don't know. I'm sorry. Did you do it?
Do what? Ah, the murders! Yeah, oh yeah, that was me.
Oh, cool.
Cool?
No, not cool. You're a bad person.
No, you're new to this, Nancy.
3 months.
Christ.
My mother says will help me build my confidence.
Oh, how's that working out for you?
Yeah. So, why did you do it?
Look, Yancy, I'm about to die here. I'm not sure I really want to go into it, but let's just say there was an itch that I couldn't quite scratch.
So you did it for no reason.
Oh, no. There was always a reason. I always had to die every time. You wouldn't understand. How many have you killed?
None. I haven't killed anyone.
Oh, really? Because you were just trying to flip the switch on me 2 minutes ago.
That's not... This is not... This is the result of the municipal justice system. This is not murder.
Well, it wasn't the municipal justice system that had their hand on the switch before Yancy.
I'm not a murderer.
How many?
None.
How many?
None.
All right, we're good to go. Come on, Yancy, let's flip this fucker the albatross. What did you say to him?
Nothing, we were just having a conversation.
It's so hard to find a good switch puller these days.
Well, what can you do?
God, this thing gives me the heebies.
I'm sure you'll find a way to sleep at night.
Any last words?
I'll save you a seat. You know, there was nothing you could do.
You say that every morning.
You look so sad.
What do you expect?
Something? Anything? A change?
You can't just pull a change out of me.
I'm not. What are you thinking?
You know what I'm thinking.
Tell me, please.
Just that split second, that turn of the wheel that could have... I pretty much did kill someone. Did you get that? Like, he's still maybe not going to survive. I call. Every morning when you leave and you go to work, I call and I ask about him. He's 17. Did you know that? Of course not. Because you never ask about him. You only ever ask about me and how I'm feeling. I'm not the one with a tube shoved up my nose for food and IVs in both arms and internal bleeding between my skull and my brain.
Yeah.
I'm not the one whose parents sit in that god-awful hospital armchair just praying that I wake up. I'm not the kid who probably can't even go back to school because instead he has to relearn how to walk and talk and write his fucking name. Aaron. That's his name.
You know it's not your fault, Annalise. You do know that.
I was driving. I should have seen him. I should have stopped in time.
He came out without looking.
That's not the point.
It is the point.
How do you not care?
I care, obviously.
Not obviously.
Okay, but I do. I just know that taking on the blame isn't helpful. And thinking about what is happening with Aaron is just going to prolong it.
You don't understand. I won't be okay until he is. If he isn't,
You can't think like that.
I can't stop.
A young human was sitting under a blossom tree. They began to think about the fact that not many interesting stories begin under a blossom tree. It was their 10th birthday the next day, and they could not feel the excitement they knew they should. A King James Bible sat on their lap, and the phrase they kept rereading was this:
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God.
Quite a catchy phrase, they thought. But it can't be true. The Word cannot come first. They have done this many times. They have been trying age 10, 11, 12, and all the years that follow. Sometimes they live to be 90. Sometimes they die in their 20s. The whole exercise of life seems a bit tedious. So they like to skip to the next life at times. One thing they know is that they are everlasting. Lifetime after lifetime, for thousands of years. They always start to remember around the age of 10. They start to remember their previous selves. They have been called Hassan, Alex, Hercule, Elizabeth, Fatima, and many countless other names. But they never keep their name after they remember all those lives. The whole idea becomes quite silly to them. After a few hundred lives, they decided to name themselves Dawn. Of course, that's a name they keep to themselves. That's why whenever anyone calls to them, they get confused, and it takes them a while to respond. They must remember who they are now and what name they go by in each lifetime. Their true name has always been a secret, which they find quite amusing. Dawn often speaks to themselves out loud because all other people seem so fleeting. They could never retain everyone in their memories, no friends or family. They all seemed so foreign in some lives and so close in others. They were happy they parted with some of them, but mourned the loss of others. Dawn sat under the blossom tree and continued their argument.
Words could not be first. The words part with your lips, and that's the last action or form a thought can take. Then, would the thought come first? Not likely, because where does the thought come from?
Dawn was determined to figure this out, so they closed their eyes and delved into their deepest memories. They wanted to remember the very start, the beginning of things. They passed through all their other selves, and with tears running down their cheeks, they greeted them. Before long, there was not much left. The world they once knew scattered, gathered, and condensed, until finally they could not see a thing. At first, there was dark. All worlds were silent. There was nothing and no one. Then they felt a heaviness in the will. The darkness itself was very alone. The darkness longed for a companion. The darkness's will became stronger and stronger, until that will ignited the light that burns at the heart of everything. At last, the dark found its companion, and it was no longer the only thing in existence. Dark and light moved and danced in and out of each other. Their dance is the oldest song in the universe. If you close your eyes and listen to the word, you'll hear a song that is both frightening and comforting. It will make you smile and weep at the same time. Dawn's tears ran down their cheeks as they started to remember. Dark and light intertwined, gave birth to time. Time was not like either of its parents. Time was full of both. Time was full of contradictions. It was kind and cruel at the same time, full of hope and despair, capable of creating life and turning that life into nothing. Time's parents never realized time was born. The dark and the light were neither good nor evil. They just looked into each other's eyes and danced. Without supervision, time took dust and made it burn and burn for millennia. Time left a piece of itself in the dust to make it its own. Dust burnt and burnt until it exploded. An explosion that echoed in all the universes. Dark and light continued to dance because they loved each other more than anything. Their dance was there at the start of the universe, and it will continue long after its last day. And thus, life was born. Time realized that it could do whatever it wanted. It could bring life and it could destroy everything. Terrified by its own powers, time started to wander between the worlds. If you try and find the most unremarkable being in the universe, you might stumble onto time. Some people walk past their own maker and they don't even realize. Dawn opened their eyes with joy and uttered,
I was right. The word was not the beginning. In the beginning, there was dark, and dark was lonely. Then there was the will, then light, and then love followed. Love sung and danced. And then there was the time. Time, the wonderful creator and the great destroyer, gave birth to all words with fire and dust. That's what we're all made from, light and dark. That's what we can love and betray. We are all children of one creator. We're all ages because we have time inside us. And one day we will all die.
Dawn stood up, touched the old blossom tree, and said,
Well, I hope I'll see you again in this lifetime, old friend. If not, I'll find you, as I always do. Let's hope I don't take too long this time.
Okay, I'll let you go.
No, Beth, wait. No one answered.
Maybe yell out?
Yeah, I'll try. Hello? Is anyone there? I must have missed it. I'm like 2 hours late.
You chickened out.
I did not!
Yes, you fucking did! I knew you'd have second thoughts.
I left my mask at home and had to go back to get it.
Liar.
I had car troubles?
Nope.
Traffic? Been sitting across the street, staring at the front door for a while. I was about to leave when you called.
Teddy, I'm sorry.
It's alright. I'm here now. Pushy fuck.
Hey, I'm blind and deaf.
Sorry.
Well, look, I'm glad you took the plunge. This group is super welcoming and I told them it's your first event. They'll take care of you.
Knowing me, I'm probably gonna blow it.
That's the point.
Shut up.
No, I'm just checking the door. I thought I heard something.
Jean, Beth, my boss is here.
What?
Jean, my boss is here.
Oh, Ted! Oh, it's so good to see you, mate. Beth told me you were coming, and I could not be happier. Yeah, come in.
Jean, you're here.
Ah, you're nervous, Ted. It's all right. I can fix that. So, how do you know Beth?
Roommates?
Ah, lovely, lovely. Well, the rules are simple. Consent, consent, consent. Protection's important, but, you know, not everyone likes wrapping their lunch, so just ask if it's all you can eat, you know? What's wrong?
It's just been a while. With one person. Let alone a group.
Breathe.
Let alone my boss.
Breathe.
Oh, fuck me!
Yeah. So much for taking a break. It's going to be messy back there.
How many people are here?
8, including us.
I don't know if I can do this.
Beth did tell you our Julia, right?
Yeah, but what if it doesn't work?
Oh, look, there's no pressure. If you feel uncomfortable, you only need to...
What if it doesn't work?
Ooh. Well, oh, look, why don't you come back and have some food? We cater these things like crazy.
Sure, just eat the impotency away.
Yeah, that's the idea. We got our oysters.
Okay.
Sausages.
Yeah.
Mangoes.
Yeah.
Melons.
Okay.
Bananas.
I think I'm sensing a theme here.
Look, why don't you come back and meet everyone? You might feel a bit more comfortable.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, and if you decide to leave, I'll fire you. Oh,
For a second there, I forgot you were my boss.
Well, I'm not your boss. Not here. Here, we have no labels, Ted. We live in a world where every person is stuck within their routine. And sure, some are happy, but most of us sludge through melancholy every day. And every day, oh, we crave that sweet release. So sure, I'm your boss. But I'm also the boss of 300 other people. Emails, meetings, deadlines. This place is the only reason I can get through it all. Oh. Look, take, Deborah from down the street. Oh. She spends her days listening to the same old music, waiting an hour a week for her kids to come visit her to bore her stories. She's sad. She's alone. But when she's here, oh, Ted, when she's here, when she puts on her mask, she's an Amazon! She's a queen who rides to the new music and wows us with her stories. Then there's Daniel. Daniel, I've never seen someone so talented with a makeup palette. And yet, he's shunned. If this was South Korea, he'd be a god! But that's not his reality. But here, Ted. Oh, dear Ted. When he puts on his mask, he becomes a goddess whose beauty beats that of Aphrodite herself. Even Beth. Beth, who was born without sight, but here, Ted. Oh, here. Here she sees us as clearly as we see her. Out there, we're all just people. But here? Oh, here, Ted. We're free. Whoa. I know, right? You ready? Radio. Well, then let's go.
Agatha. Catch you in? Yes. You back from all? They caught me at it again. Good for you.
Pay for this. Jesus Christ.
You pals?
Oh,
Oh, thank you for noticing. So polite. Some people just have no manners.
They send you back much.
Oh, honey, money is for fucking little ass garbage.
So Agatha, now that you're back, do you want in? These two are up for it, aren't you, darlings?
I don't know. It's still too risky.
I've got it all mapped out.
All right, everybody, settle down, settle down. Welcome back for another week. How are we all? Lovely to hear. Right, now who do we have here this evening? Ethel, Mavis, Vivian. Oh, Agatha. Good to see you again. And, Alf.
Lovely to meet you. My name's Malver.
Maeve, oh dear. We've known each other for years.
Oh,
so we've got ourselves a movie.
I expect Alf will be here soon. If not, I guess I'm going to have to call somebody. Anyway, I thought I'd start off today with a lovely quote. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday. Don't you think that's lovely, ladies?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Well, since you haven't been here for so long, why don't we start with you, Agatha?
Hello, I'm Agatha.
Sorry,
And
I must be in the wrong place.
Oh, you must be Alf. Oh.
This can't be right. You're a bunch of old ladies.
Thank you for noticing.
Sit down, love. Go on.
Hello, I'm Agatha, and I'm a kleptomaniac, and I haven't stolen anything in. 2 minutes.
What?
You should be more careful with your belongings, dearie.
I'm in the right place.
So what are you in for?
Ethel! Oh, sorry. But why don't you tell us what you're in here for anyway, just so we can start your journey to a life free of theft.
Right,
Stand up, dearie.
I guess I got caught breaking the alarm system at an office works. What? They have really nice stuff. Now I'm being forced to come to this stupid rehabilitation groups.
Anything else you'd like to share?
No.
Oh, shoot! I forgot the goals and feelings worksheets.
Oh no!
Oh, whatever shall we do?
I'll be back in a minute. Just don't steal anything.
All right.
Hey, we don't have to do any like graffiti cleaning or shit.
Oh no, we couldn't possibly.
Oh, we're far too old and withered for community service.
Oh, dear child. Age is it's not the disadvantage you think it is. Jeez.
We put our sagging breasts and wrinkles to good use.
Think for yourself. I have them done.
Right, so like no one suspects the butterfly and all that.
What?
Oh, it's a Simpsons reference. Don't worry.
What's the Simpsons?
What did you guys do to end up here anyway?
Burglar. If they ever saw me, which wasn't often, I'd be like, Delilah! Oh, Delilah, come and help me with all this silverware. The Robinsons will be here any minute. This one's here for shoplifting.
Oh, good God. Honey, with the touching. Jesus. I wouldn't call it stealing. I just forget to pay for things. I mean, I am senior, and you have senior moments.
That's your defense.
If a shop assistant stops me, I'm like, oh no! Me! Oh! Not me! I've known your mother, you fuck, since you were a little girl! That is sexist! That is fucking ageist! You little shit! They buy it every time.
Most times. If you were a better shoplifter, you wouldn't need it. Mavis? Mavis! Mavis! Here. Your turn.
Mushroom.
She likes snick fruit and veg from the markets.
I like enoki mushrooms. Have nobody tops. Oh. Oyster mushrooms are good to run my fingers across. Fingers across. I don't like the taste of them much. I cook them up anyways.
She hurries along amongst the crowd
Do
and
you?
slips them into her pockets.
She's so slow.
Mushroom.
They don't even notice.
And then she shuffles along into the distance. Darling, you didn't pay for that.
No, don't worry.
But you have to pay for that, ma'am.
No, really, it's all right now.
And it really is no problem until you become so infamous throughout the local markets that they organise for police to wait at all the exits to nab you.
Mavis, the notorious mushroom thief.
No way, it must have been a lot of dollars worth of mushrooms. What?
Middle class garbage, if you ask me. Damn.
Alf is just what we need, girls.
Don't know, it could work, but can we trust them?
Young whippersnapper.
So
Just
handsome.
for... Keep your mitts off him.
Ethel, I'm just not sure whether we can trust him or not.
Hey,
Young whippersnapper.
mind telling me what you guys are talking about? Because what if I don't want to be a part of whatever this is?
It's all set out. All we need to do is...
And what are we talking about?
Oh, nothing, dearie.
Oh, I won't.
Oh, good.
Come on, Mavis, come on. Every single week. Look, I know you were talking to Alf about that damn plan of yours. Frankly, I'm concerned.
Concerned about what?
You! Look, I've tried and I've tried. Session after session, but you just keep stealing. And you're a bad influence on the others too. And now, you're trying to recruit this kid? What's even worse is you're putting my job on the line. What will the community centre say the next time you get busted? We are plagued by you and your gang of thieving grannies here in this town, and frankly, I've had enough. You won't listen to me, and you only participate in counselling efforts to make me think I'm not up to your old methods again. Well, you know what? Had it. If it weren't for me, the cops would have busted you all a long time ago. We'd have an old folks' jail. We'll see how that is, huh? I'll see you through the phone in the door thing, eh, Mazel?
So damn dramatic, some people, hey.
You've got that right, darling. So, it's okay, Mavis. It's okay. It's okay. We like your mushrooms. Okay. Now, we can discuss our plan. Are you in?
What did you do to get it to end up here? Right.
I was a bank robber.
Seriously.
You're leaving out the best part!
This is
Shut up!
years after she stopped stealing shit.
She was itching for that thrill, and wow.
They never caught me, and they caught me stealing a pack of Werther's originals. Really good, but not worth it.
Good God. I'm having my servant pick up that garbage, but sure, honey. You do you. You do you.
I'm gonna get you one day.
You can
So-
try. You can try.
What's a heist?
There's this antiques car show.
Ooh, fancy collectibles. And prize to top shelf. Upper class
Well, we're
stuff.
gonna take it. All of it.
You're gonna commit the criminal act of stealing a motor vehicle.
Yes.
A bunch of grannies.
Yes!
Wow.
Grand theft auto. I am in!
I just wanted to make a one quite special thank you,
Open it up.
and it was to a member of the cast that probably won't expect this. PJ, you come through for a bit. PJ is a director, a writer, a performer. She was part of our props crew. She went on the exhausting journey to get all of the props that you saw today. She helped with all of the costuming. She has been every step of the way. I just wanted to make special mention of her. Can we all give her a big round of applause? And Celia over here is her wonderful helper.
Trying to eat mushrooms! PJ, save
And that was the end
That
of
might be my
Celia.
fault.
Thank you so much, everyone, for coming along tonight. It's a little warm in here, so we're not going to take up any more of your time. Come out, grab a drink with us. Thank you so much for joining your loved ones performing on stage today. You're all wonderful, and we love you. Thank you. Let's give them a final bow.
Alright.